The impact of clarity on the value and price of emeralds.
And why does emerald have more inclusions than some other stones? Basically, the formation of emerald is more conducive to a larger number of inclusions and more visible inclusions than, say, a stone like aquamarine. Now, what does eye clean mean? Eye clean means that a professional looking at the stone will not see visible inclusions. And a professional looking at a stone is able to notice inclusions easier than, say, a novice or your average consumer. And there are very few emeralds on the market that are eye clean. So now the effect of clarity on value depends on how visible those inclusions are that you can see in emerald. And there are some different factors that determine the visibility of the inclusions. They all go together. First off is what we call relief. For instance, a dark black inclusion that has what we call a high relief. A colorless liquid inclusion that would have a lower relief, less visibility. A fracture that isn't filled, that is highly reflective, that would have a high relief. So the relief has a big part in how visible that inclusion is, but also the size of the inclusion. If the relief is the same between two inclusions, let's say two black mineral included crystals in emerald, then the larger size, all other things considered, would be more visible. So size plays an important role, as does location. If we have a black inclusion right in the center of the table, and in another stone that black inclusion is near the girdle of the stone in the pavilion, more visible from the pavilion, it will not be so visible. Now you also have the factor of the number of inclusions. Some emeralds have a large number of inclusions, but they're low relief, they're small, they're not that visible. Another emerald may have one big black inclusion right in the center. That's going to be more visible than the emerald with the lower relief, smaller, larger number of inclusions. And as soon as you pick up the emerald, and you may have a large number of inclusions that might be low relief, but they're cutting down on the transparency of that emerald. If they cut down on the transparency, they're going to cut down on that vibrant brilliance, that beautiful color return to your eye, the brightness to the emerald. So these are all things to take in consideration when you're judging the clarity of an emerald. And in colored stones, it's not as important as what's visible with the loupe or the degree of visibility with a loupe. It's most important in what you see with your eye.